This is Jude with another book review video. And I just finished Mitch Albom's book, The Stranger in a Lifeboat, and it was a fantastic read. So I highly recommend it. And the reason that I wanted to read it in the first place, I actually heard a review of this book on Raymond Arroyo's show on EWTN the world over. And he interviewed Mitch Albom about it. And it's a book about basically these cast of characters, and the plot is really this luxury ship, which is called the Galaxy, owned by this billionaire, has a maiden voyage. So invited are these very wealthy executives from all walks of life. You have famous people, you have corporate executives, you have a very popular band that will be playing. And so you have everyone assembled for this spectacular time. And then there's an explosion that happens. So you have these 10 survivors, and they manage to get to a life raft. And for 3 days, no one sees any rescue ships, no one sees any planes searching, and all the while they're running out of food. There's no water, stored water. They can't drink the seawater. And suddenly, in the water, there is a figure that's bobbing in the water. And so they bring this young man, hoist him onto the raft. And he's an average looking man. Nothing stands out particularly. And one of the passengers says, "Oh, thank God that we found you." And the young man replies, "I am the Lord." So I'm not going to spoil the plot because I really want you to read this book. It is one that keeps you on the edge of your seat. There's twists and turns that happen throughout the book. This book is number 10 on the New York Times bestseller list. So really, the concept is, how are they going to deal with this young man who claims that he is the Lord? How are they going to, some of the passengers that just, they're not religious, they're not of any faith, they have no faith in God anyway. So they question him about the fact that if you are God, why are we in this position? If you are God, why don't you save us? Why don't you rescue us? I thought there were 5 points looking at the story from a faith-based perspective. Number 1, asking ourselves, do we believe in God when our lives play out differently than we planned or wanted? Maybe we've been praying for a long time for something to change or happen, and we haven't seen any differences. We haven't seen any sort of changes in things, and we're wondering, does our prayer work? Is it getting to God? Is he responding at all? So do we lose faith or our hope? The second would be, are we willing to believe that God hears us, and are we willing to wait for things to get better? So number 3 would be, are we willing and able to still believe in God when we see ourselves and people we have formed bonds with go through tragedy, illness, suffering, and death? So this definitely plays out in the book. Those survivors that are in the life raft and what happens to them. We have a detailed account, step by step. Number 4 is, can we see God in the faces of those around us? Do the kind and helpful actions of others remind us of the love of God? And that's evident in the days that follow the explosion and what transpires between the people in the boat. And of course, you're learning about their past. You're learning about how they handle this really, really difficult moment in their existence for survival when people are pushed to the brink. And number 5 is, are we able to let go of past hurts and heal from cruel and unjust circumstances in our life? Do we have unforgiven hurts that weigh us down? So that's brought up through the different characters in the book that I think was very powerful, because we could relate to these different characters. There are many, many circumstances in each and every one of our lives where we're really put to the test. And how do we respond? So you will find all of these points asked and explored in the wonderful book, The Stranger in the Lifeboat, that I really suggest. This book is published by HarperCollins, and it really is one that you won't put down. I love the way it's written. The chapters are very short, and they really flow from one perspective to another. So you're reading the story as it unfolds on the boat, and then you're reading from the perspective of a detective investigating a year later when actually the raft was found. So my friends, this is a must read, and I highly recommend it. Have you read the book? Let me know in the comments below. Are you currently reading a book that you would like me to review? Put that in the comments below. So I hope all is well with you. So until next time, keep reading, and peace and love.